Besties, welcome back to the channel. This is So with Somi. On today's tutorial, I'll be showing you how I made this dress with side lacing. So if you're new to the channel, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel and on your post notification button so you get notified whenever I post a new video. So for this tutorial, I made use of 3 yards of an Ankara fabric. So all I'm going to do here is I'm going to open it up, then I'll place it on fold. So always remember that we always place our fabric on fold to cut out. So after placing it on fold, this is what I have. So the next thing I'm going to do here is, with the help of my ruler, I'll be marking out my starting line. So the starting line is where we'll be placing our measurements. So open up your fabric, place it into 2, then mark out a line which will be serving as our starting line or our shoulder line. So after marking it out, this is what I have. I will start placing my measurements. So from the starting line, I'm going to come down. From the starting line, I'm going to come down 9 inches for my chest line, 9 inches for my chest line, 10 inches for my bust point. Then for my waist is 16 inches. I'll mark that out. So for the full length of this top, I'm making use of 30 inches. For the full length, I made use of 30 inches. So now I'm going to connect all the lines together. After connecting our label, so this is my waistline, my chest line, my bust point, and my full length, so you don't get confused. So on the shoulder line, I will be imputing my round shoulder divided by 2. So here I will be imputing my shoulder divided by 2. My shoulder is 15 divided by 2 gives you 7.5. Since this is a sleeveless gown, I minus 1 inch from that, so I mark 6.5. So I marked 6.5 on the chest line and on the starting line, then I connected the lines together. For the neck width, I made use of a neck width of 4 inches, and for the depth, I made use of 3.5 inches. Why? Because this gown has no zip at the back, so we're using this measurement for both the front and the back. Then I came down 1 inch for my shoulder slope and I connected. I'll measure what I have left on my armhole. I have 8 inches. Half of 8 is 4. On that point, I came in by half an inch. On the chest line, I'll divide my round bust by 4. I'll mark. I'll connect the points together this way to cover out my armhole. I'll add 1 inch stitching allowance and 1 inch for ease. On the waistline, I'll divide my round waist by 4. I'll mark that. I'll add 1 inch stitching allowance and 1 inch for ease. Now I'll connect the measurement I have on the chest line to the one on the waistline this way. On the full length, I'll divide my round hip by 4 and I'll mark that. I'll add 1 inch stitching allowance and 1 inch for ease. So with the help of my ruler, I'll connect that measurement to the waistline this way. So after that, we are going to just trim off the excess we have all around. So guys, before we get back to the video, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. And if you have any tutorials you want me to recreate, you can send me DM at So with Somi on Instagram. So after cutting out, we are going to cut out another piece. So remember, we don't have a zipper at the back, so we're just using the front piece to cut out the back piece. So we're not changing anything, we're not adding anything, we're just going to cut it out exactly the way the front is for the back. So after cutting both the front and the back piece, this is what I have. So now we're going to get our dart where we'll be adding our lacing. So for my bust point, I came down 1 inch below my bust point because I don't want my lacing to start exactly on my bust point. So if you're on the bigger size, you can make use of 2 inches. That is depending on how big your bust is. Then I marked my nipple to nipple measurement. So my nipple to nipple is 4 inches. I added 1 inch to that, making it 5. So I marked 5 inches all the way down to the waistline. So my dart will be stopping 2 inches below my waistline. So I marked 2 inches below my waistline. Now I'll be imputing the same 5 inches on that point. And I'll connect the points together this way. So after connecting, this is what I had. So from the bust point, I came down 1 inch and I marked my dart, then 2 inches below my waistline. That is where my dart stopped. So now I'm going to fold the 4 of them together. Remember, it's on fold, so we have 4 pieces. I'm going to notch it this way. Just watch carefully, it's very easy, so that we can have an opening. So just notch it, place the four of them together and notch it this way, so that we can have opening. That way we'll be able to open up this dart. So after opening, this is what I have. I'll put my scissors inside to slit the dart opening, stopping at that 1 inch on the bust point below the bust point. So this is where I slitted it. Now I'm going to slit it down to the 2 inches below the waistline, and I'll stop there this way. So this is what I have. It's that easy. So we're just going to open it up to see what our fabric looks like. So this is what we have if we open it up. So the next thing we're going to do is, with the help of my bias, I'll be turning my neckline. So I'll place my bias right side facing each other. I'll go stitch it all around, then I'll turn it to the wrong side. So I'll do the same for the armhole. So whatever I'll do for this side, I'll do for the other side. I'll bring it back to show you. So after turning my neckline with my bias, so this is what I have. This is what the armhole looks like, and I've done the same for the other side. So this is what everything looks like. So we'll be using one of the pieces to demonstrate. So here I have a bias. I folded it into two and I ran a stitch around it. So this is what I'll be using for my lacing, or for my loops. I'll be using it for my loops. Now I'm going to fold my fabric into two so that I can get my darts. So remember where we slitted, we fold it into two. So now I'll be marking the places where I'll be inserting my loops. So I marked 1 inch apart from each other. 1 inch apart from each other. So just fold it into two and mark your lacing point. So I marked 1 inch apart from each other. So after marking, I got 6 inches. So after marking, this is what I have. I have 6 of it. So the next thing I'm going to do now, I'll start cutting my loops. So I'll be cutting it to 2 inches. For each loop will be 2 inches. So depending on the length you want your loop to be, you can make it 3 inches, you can make it 2.5, but for mine I made use of 2 inches. So after cutting, this is what I have. I'll start inserting my loops in the on the points that I've marked out already. So you know the 1 inch points that we marked out on our dart line, I'll be placing my loop on that point. So I'll be placing my loop on that point. So just watch carefully. This is a very simple and easy process. So do not rush it, just take your time. So after placing, this is what I'll have. I'll take it to the machine and stitch it with 1/2 inch. Now we're going to turn to the other side this way. So remember, whatever you're doing for this side, you're going to do it for the second fabric. So just like I did for the other side, I'll be marking out 1 1 inch line in between. So I'll be marking 1 1 inch. This is where I'll be placing my loops. So after that, just like I did for the other side, I'm going to place my loops in between those lines that I marked. So after placing the loop, I'll take it to the machine, I'll stitch with 1/2 inch, and I'll do that to bring it back to show you. So after stitching, this is what I have. So these are my loops. Now I'm going to bring the second fabric, and this is what I have too. These are the loops. I'll place it right side facing each other. I'll take it to the machine, I'll stitch the shoulders by 1/2 inch. So for the side, remember we added 1 inch. I'll be stitching the sides with what I have 1 inch. So I'll do that and bring it back. So after stitching, this is what I have. So if you look at the gown carefully, you will notice that one side is slanted. That is, one side is shorter than the other side. So depending on the side you want, for mine, I want the shorter side to be on the right side. So from the right side, I came up by 7 inches. And I'll be connecting it to the left side this way. So just watch carefully, it's very easy. So this is what I have. I'll just adjust it according to my preference. So after adjusting, this is what I have. So I'll just trim off the excess, the little excess I have on the right side. So this is what I have. So now I'm going to measure what I have on the shorter side. So from the shoulder line, I place my tape and I have 23 inches. I want the full length of the shorter side to be 13 inches, to be 36 inches. So I'll be needing extra 13 inches to complete it 36 inches. So I'll be adding 1 inch to that measurement for my hemming allowance. So I'll be cutting out 14 inches for that. So to get the wideness of the fabric I'll be needing, I'll measure what I have on the lower parts. So I'll measure the lower parts all around this way, so that we'll get what we'll be cutting as the wideness. So here I have 23 inches. So I'll be cutting times 4 of that. I'll do that and bring it back. So after cutting out, this is what I have. So for the length, I have the 14 inches, and for the wideness I have 96 inches. So 23 times by 4 will give you 96. So what I'm going to do is I opened up one side of my dress, so that is where we'll be attaching these gathers on. So I'll open it up this way and I'll place it right side facing each other. Right side facing each other. So as I'm sewing, I'll be gathering. As I'm sewing, I'll be gathering. So I'll do all that till I exhaust this fabric. So you can equally gather, then you stitch on top of it. But while I sew, I'll gather. So I'll do that and bring it back to show you what I have. So after stitching, this is what I have. So this is how it came out, looking so beautiful. So this is how everything is. So guys, do not forget to hem the lower part of your gown. I equally did that for mine. So guys, this is how everything came out looking. So thank you guys so much for watching up to this point. Thank you so much. I'll see you on my next video.